Hey boys, sorry. Hey boys and girls, it's Miss Dorsey, and we are going to talk about fractions and partitioning rectangles again today. We're going to go through our vocabulary words and then we're going to do some practice. So make sure you have some pencil and paper, something that you can write an answer on so you can pause the video and figure out an answer, okay? Our first word is share, splitting into equal parts or groups. Part, one piece of a whole. Fraction, a number that expresses equal parts of a whole object or a set of objects. Halves, divided into two equal parts. Fourths, divided into four equal parts. Partition, separate into rows and columns. Row, a row goes across, side to side, remember? And column, a column goes up and down, up and down. Okay, boys and girls? Now, we're going to do some practice. Okay, the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to practice partitioning some rectangles. I'm going to do one with you, and then I'm going to give you one to try and do on your own. Okay, so if I had a rectangle, remember, two long sides, two short sides, and I was given the directions to partition this rectangle into 4 rows and 3 columns. Those are my directions. Well, remember we said the trick to making sure you draw the right amount of lines is to draw one less, okay? So if I want 4 rows, I'm going to draw how many lines? 3, that's right, because 1 less than 4 is 3. So I'm going to draw 3 lines from side to side, because remember, rows go side to side. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3. And then I can check. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 rows going from side to side. Now I'm going to divide or partition my rectangle into columns. Remember, columns go up and down, so I'm going to draw my lines up and down, top to bottom. Remember, trick is to always draw one less. 1 less than 3 is 2. That's right. So I'm going to draw 2 lines. 1, 2. And then I can check and see I have 1, 2, 3 columns. So I have partitioned, this should be an N. I have partitioned my rectangle into 4 rows, 4 rows going across, and 3 rows going up and down. And if I wanted to find my total number of squares inside of my rectangle, I could count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 would be the total parts that I partitioned that rectangle into. Okay, now make sure you have pen and paper, and I'm going to give you one to work on. I want you to draw a rectangle, and I want you to partition it into 5 rows and 4 columns. And then I want you to find the total number of units you partition that rectangle into. So pause the video, draw your rectangle, partition it into rows and columns, and find your total. When you get finished, unpause the video and let's check it. Okay, boys and girls, let's check. Okay, so the first thing you had to do was draw your rectangle, and then you are going to divide it into rows and columns. Remember, the trick is to draw one less. So if you needed 5 rows, how many lines should you have drawn? 4, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you could check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 rows going side to side. Okay, and you needed 4 columns, so you're going to draw one less. So you're going to draw 3 lines from top to bottom. 1, 2, 3. And then you can check it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You ended up with 4 columns. 4 columns. Rows are side to side. Columns are top to bottom. Now to find your total, you're just going to count how many pieces you partition that rectangle into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You made 20 pieces when you partition that rectangle. If you got it right, boys and girls, give yourself a celebration. Woohoo! You got it right. Okay, so we've practiced partitioning some rectangles. Now we are going to talk about fractions for a minute. Okay, so we're going to look at some different fractions, pieces. So we're going to look at this circle first. Remember, when we talk about fractions, we said that you have 2 different numbers, numerator, denominator. Denominator is your bottom number, total pieces. Numerator is your top number. That's the piece that's shaded or colored or a certain part, whatever it is the question asks you, okay, boys and girls? So Miss Dorsey always likes to start with the bottom number. So the first thing you're going to do for your fraction is you're going to draw your bar or your line. Okay, and then you're going to find out your total number of pieces for your bottom number. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 pieces total. So this, if it's divided into 4 pieces, do you remember what that vocabulary word is? Force. That's right, it's force. It's divided into force. And then we're going to find out the shaded part. 1, 2. I have 2 parts shaded. So 2/4 of my shape is shaded. Okay. Then we're going to look at this piece, boys and girls. Well, it's a little different. It's not a shape divided, it's a set of circles. And I'm going to find out what fraction of my circles are yellow. So first, I draw my line. And then I have to find out how many total circles I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 circles. So my total number goes on the bottom. I have 6 circles. And I'm going to find out how many are shaded or yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are yellow. So 5/6 or 5 out of 6 of my circles are yellow. Okay. Now, boys and girls, I'm going to let you practice. I'm going to show you an image, and you're going to see if you can figure out the fraction. Okay? So I want you to figure out what part of this circle is blue. You can write it down and unpause the video when you're ready. Okay, so if you looked at that circle, you would know, first thing you're going to do for your bottom number is you're going to find your total pieces. 1, 2, 3. And then the top is going to be your blue pieces. 1, 2. So 2/3 of that shape is blue. You got it right? Give yourself a little celebration. Woohoo! Good job. Okay, now we're going to look at one more. Okay, we're going to look at this shape. Okay, so I want you to find the green part, a fraction for the green part. Pause the video, figure out the fraction for the green part, and then come back. Okay, boys and girls, if you looked at it, you found your total number of pieces for your bottom number. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was divided into 4s. And then your green parts, you had 1 green part. So 1/4 of your shape was green. Good job. Give yourself a celebration if you had it. Woohoo! Okay, and the last one, boys and girls. Okay, this is that part of a set. This is a set of circles. And I want you to find out which part is yellow. So pause the video make your fraction, and then come back. Okay, let's check it. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to total number of circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At 5, so it was divided into fifths. And then the part that is yellow, how many pieces were yellow? 1, that's right. So 1/5 of my shape is yellow. Okay, and remember when we're talking about fractions, the total number of pieces on the bottom is your denominator, and then the shaded or the part on the top is your numerator. Okay, boys and girls, have a good afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow.